How's it going, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Gameplay and such, and in today's episode we're playing Shadow of the Colossus. I'm recording this video right after I've beaten my Crash Team Racing Let's Play, but this video was meant to come out after I finished my Shadow of the Colossus remake Let's Play, which I've recently finished. And now we're gonna, as a comparison type of thing, because I was talking about throughout my Shadow of the Colossus remake Let's Play, should I do the original Shadow of the Colossus remake? Should I maybe leave that game, maybe like in some distant future I'm gonna feel like coming back to this game and I'm just gonna do a Let's Play of the remake? That's still possible, you know, but for the time being, we're only gonna do simple gameplay and such of the remake. Also, whenever I'm like emulating PS2 games, it's always kind of a gamble whether the game will be flawlessly fucking running and it'll be basically smooth as fuck, or will the game be laggy as fuck. I remember when I actually played through all of God of War 2 on a emulator on my Steam Deck, and there were segments in the game where the game gotten really laggy, but overall the game was running rather well. There were only like 2 locations where the game really slowed down. The one where there's like a bunch of like a sandstorm, and somewhere at the beginning when you're fighting the giant fucking statue of Rhodes that came to life, that was also a pretty laggy part. But I probably should have just changed some settings in the emulator. I'm sure the Steam Deck can handle PS2 games. I mean, for fuck's sake. But yeah, this game's stuttering for some reason. It's just this fucking opening that stutters. But then, even for a PS2 game, this game is fucking gorgeous. That's why I really don't like some people think that PS2 games were some fucking ancient relics of fucking past archaic fucking games. But no, you look at games like fucking Metal Gear Solid 3, Shadow of the Colossus even, which you can look at right now, and they're fucking gorgeous looking. So what that the graphics are a bit blurry and not in such a high resolution. It looks so fucking good. Sure, the remake looks better, but that doesn't mean that this looks good. I mean bad. It looks fucking really good. Oh Jesus. I doesn't sound very good. I was recording something else recently where like the sound would just completely not sound very well. When I was recording this video, I did realize that there's something going on that makes the game not run as well as it should. But I was just like, I don't fucking feel like now restarting the recording, messing with fucking PlayStation 2 emulation settings. I'm just gonna record it the way it is and fuck it. If I were to do a Let's Play of this game, then sure, I would fuck around with the settings until the game ran correctly. But you know what? It's just this fucking opening. Plus, when you're emulating a game, you're not gonna get a like one-to-one exact fucking experience like you would do on a PS2. So, some games, for example, are not very well optimized, but on a native PS2 they ran no problem. But then you try to run them on an emulator, and all of a sudden they don't run very well. I had that happen before with some games. It also depends on like your system that you ran it on, which I believe Steam Deck is strong enough to fucking run a PS2 game. Some fucking Nintendo Switch games are running no problem on the Steam Deck, while others barely fucking run at all. That's the best way to. If I were to show you how some of the Nintendo Switch games run on the Steam Deck, some of them are emulated perfectly, like Mario 3D World or Land, forget which one it is, I think it's World, runs flawlessly. My sister beaten the entire game 100% because it ran really well and she really enjoyed it. And then you have fucking Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and that game just for some reason, no matter what I fucking do, just won't fucking run correctly. And it's such a good game, I really want to fucking play through it. And I've played like through half of the game with the game running really shitty, because every time I change the settings and I try to fuck around and get the game to work correctly, I would eventually just give up and be like, oh fuck this shit, I'm just gonna play it like this. And you know what the worst thing about it is? When I started playing the game, for the first chapter, the game ran normally. It was running really fucking well. And I was so happy that it does. And then the game froze, crashed the emulator, and when I restarted the game, it would never run the same way, even though I reinstalled the game, deleted my save file, started a new game. Just, I don't know what the fuck happened, man. Like, when I fucking first launched it, it ran perfectly, and now it doesn't. And it pisses me off that it doesn't. Bothers me quite a lot. But don't worry, it's just the cutscene that ran kind of badly. I mean, it was just some fucking sound was slowing down and sounding really fucking shitty. Rest of the game sounds pretty good, though. And yeah, what can I tell you about Shadow of the Colossus? I never played this version as a kid, so I don't really have any nostalgic feelings towards Shadow of the Colossus. So when I was playing through that remake, so that I can do a New Game Plus playthrough as my Let's Play, I was honestly not... I don't know, I treated it like a fun fantasy adventure game. I didn't treat it like a trip down memory lane and play one of my favorite childhood classics or anything like that. And I throughoutly very much enjoyed it. And yeah, like I told you, I am recording this after I've beaten Crash Tag Team... No, wait, not Tag Team. Crash Team Racing. So, I've just beaten Shadow of the Colossus on the channel, the remake. Now we're doing an episode of the original, just to play it. Only thing I did in this episode was beaten the first Colossus, and that's it. I was surprised by how different the UI looks, actually, compared to the remake. It doesn't look worse, it just looks different. I think it has its own charm. And the game is still fucking good. They could have easily released a remaster of this game with just upscaled graphics instead of a full-on remake, and it would have still fucking been brilliant. But yeah, whatever. And what else? Oh yeah, so after this video, the next Let's Play that we're going to do is Crash Team Racing, which, like I told you, I just finished recording commentary for the whole Let's Play. I can tell you it's gonna be 13 episodes long, and all the episodes are pretty short. Except for the first episode or the final episode, which are a bit longer. And over here the cutscene's really laggy. I don't like it. You know what always kind of bothers me sometimes, and I'll never fix it? It's just when I was a kid and I still had my PS2, I used to play all kinds of fucking garbage. Movie tie-in games, some fucking Shrek games, fucking Barnyard on PS2. You guys ever fucking played Barnyard on PS2? It's the most insane fucking game ever. If you fucking think that you played a really fucking crazy game, then just think that Barnyard on PS2 is an officially licensed fucking game. It's a movie tie-in. It's a licensed game. It came out on PS2. You could buy it as in a fucking box, because obviously Steam is full of like indie games made by one person who thought, how about I make the most stupid fucking game possible? And then we end up with games like School Shooter Simulator, you know? But the fact that Barnyard on PS2 is an actual fucking licensed game, published by THQ, you can buy it in a box, play it on your official PS2, fucking, and it's a game where you play as a furry cow squirting milk everywhere. You might not believe me that this is what the game's about, but it is. And I want to do a Let's Play on this one at some point, but I don't know when's gonna be a good time to do a fucking Barnyard Let's Play, but it's a game that has to be seen to be believed. And I've actually been playing it, I think, a year ago, and I've almost finished the whole game, but then I was like, fuck this fucking game, I don't want to play it anymore. It's the stupidest shit. But the game's also not very difficult, so I think when I will be doing my Let's Play of it, I shouldn't have a problem with beating it, even though I never did in the past. But who knows, maybe I'll come back to my still existing save file and I'll just play through it. My girlfriend, she's as beautiful as she was in the remake. They didn't need to remake her, because she was already gorgeous. And Agro's here. What a lovely time. It's like we went back in time or some shit. The beginning of this Let's Play. Of the Let's Play I just finished. Actually, when I recorded the last episode of Shadow of the Colossus, that was like 3 weeks ago or so. So it's been a while. And when these videos come out, it's even longer, so possibly the time difference between me recording the final episode and uploading this one might be like a month. So, yeah. And what else could I tell you about it? I was talking about fucking Barnyard on PS2. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. Yeah, we're doing a Crash Team Racing Let's Play next. It's 13 episodes, very short 13 episodes, except for the first and the final episode, like I just said. Then we're gonna do a Crash Bash gameplay and such, which I've already recorded yesterday. And then the Let's Play after Crash Team Racing is gonna be Loco Roco Midnight Carnival. And then the gameplay and such after Midnight Carnival will be whatever, because I don't really plan on anything specific. It might be, what's it called? We can look it up real quick. A Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon. That might be the next game. It's a pretty awesome game. I've recorded the gameplay and such of the demo. Come to think of it, I should have recorded the demo as a separate video uploaded separately instead of a gameplay and such, but whatever, I forgot. I forgot that this is a demo and that sometimes on this channel I make specific videos about demos of upcoming games where I play the demo and they're not part of any playlist. So, yeah, I kind of fucked up now that I think about it. But whatever, no big deal. And then after Loco Roco Midnight Carnival, we're going to do Shadow of... no, wait. No, we're not doing Shadow of the Colossus again. I was gonna say Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but what I meant to say is Tomb Raider 2013. We're gonna do that game next, so that's cool. Now, the Tomb Raider. After Tomb Raider, I'm planning to do Crash Wrath of Cortex, which I'll have to re-record footage of that fucking game because the original is a load of garbage. And I've been saying how I really don't want to record Crash Nitro Kart because I don't like Nitro Kart, but I also don't like Wrath of Cortex. Wrath of Cortex is kind of like a mainline game, so I can't really skip it, while the Nitro Kart is just a spin-off, so I could probably skip it without any major problems. And you know what, by the time I'm gonna do Wrath of Cortex, I'm probably gonna be like, okay, you know what, fuck it, I'm doing a Nitro Kart Let's Play, and I'll do it anyway, even though I ranted about how I'm not gonna do it. I did that before when I remember ranting in my old fucking Grand Theft Auto Let's Plays that I'm not doing a Grand Theft Auto 5 Let's Play, and my reasoning was pretty stupid. I've said that I've already have Grand Theft Auto 5 on my PS3, and I'm not planning on rebuying the same game on PS4, and then I did anyway. And I did a Let's Play on Grand Theft Auto 5, and I have this like enhanced edition of it for PS5. So I'm also planning to do that game. It's got a weird sticker on my headphones that I just peeled off. Yeah, we're gonna defeat all 16 of them in this episode and just do our little speed run. Speedruns of this game must look pretty fucking awesome. Hola. You think they actually speak a made-up language, or is it just like a load of bullshit? Do they speak the Bullshitian language? Or the so-called gibberish? No, it's not gibberish. Yeah, so for the rest of the week I'm planning to be recording Loco Roco Midnight Carnival Let's Play. I have a free week because my next driving lessons are on a Sunday. And next week I guess I'm going to record a fuck ton more Borderlands episodes. Then we're gonna come back to Yakuza 5. I hope to fucking finally finish that dreadful fucking Let's Play. Even though I think I'll have to do some bonus episodes because I missed some I missed a side quest or whatever. And it really bothers me that I did. I hope by the time some of you watch this fucking video, maybe Yakuza 5 is a long, distant memory of a game I did ages ago. We're playing the game in 4x3, even though you could switch to 16:9, but that had to be done in the main menu. So, yeah. See, you could play it in 16:9. It's just that then I would have to restart the game, and I'm not feeling like doing that. I would have to go back to the main menu, I imagine, and then back to the game. Progressive scan? What the fuck is progressive scan? My TV only has HDR that makes the screen go black at most inappropriate fucking moments, and sometimes makes the game look really dark. HDR. HDR usually improves visuals, but when I was playing Yakuza 5 just has like really bland looking visuals, and HDR just makes them look even worse sometimes. For you it doesn't appear, but actually have a problem. Also, you know what fucking sucked ass? The controls in the original are different than the remake, and it really messed me up. Like, for example, in the remake you jump with X, in this game you jump with triangle. In the remake you hold your sword using the R1 button, in this game you use it with the circle button. And you know what's kind of funny about PS2 era games is that there wasn't a set control scheme, you know? Like nowadays when you play a game, you can expect that most games you will be jumping with X button, you'll be aiming with L2, shooting with R2. But in older games, it wasn't the case. Like I played a lot of like PS3 games sometimes, if I don't remember what it was. I think it was fucking Sleeping Dogs, where you actually shoot with the R1 button. No, what was the game I played where you shoot with the R1 button? It's just that why you shoot with R1 when the R2 is right next to it, and R2 is for something completely fucking different. And it's just funny. And yeah, I was looking for these fruits that should have been here. And also keep in mind, even though this game may look like it's fucking running really bad, it's a PS2 game. It might have not been running in fucking 60 FPS back in the day. Yeah, I decided that what the fuck am I even trying to collect all this fucking garbage for? See, in the remake, to get on a horse, you would jump on the horse, but in this game you have to stand next to the horse, and then press triangle, and then the character will climb. In the remake, if you jumped on the horse, the character would start climbing, and now it doesn't work like that anymore, and it's really messing with my muscle memory from the remake, so I wouldn't recommend playing these games back to back. And you know, when we beat it, Shadow of the Colossus remake, I did get a bunch of artwork showing, you know, what the original game looked like compared to the remake, but now we got an even better comparison. We actually got a gameplay and such of the original version, so there you go. Ain't I fucking thoughtful? I have a bunch of like recordings of gameplays and such where the episodes don't have a number assigned to them because I want these episodes to come out. For example, I have Crash Bash, doesn't have a number because I want the episode to come out after Crash Team Racing. Enter the Gungeon. Grand Theft Auto 2, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, Grand Theft Auto for Rally Redemption, Grand Theft Auto London 1969, Grand Theft Auto Sindako Chronicles, Grand Theft Auto 1, Metal Gear Acid 2, Metal Gear Acid, Monster Hunter 1, Monster Hunter 2, Monster Hunter Freedom, Rayman Arena, Shadow of the Colossus are just some of the games that are sitting not numbered on my disc. And I have a bunch of games that I've been thinking of like doing commentary for a lot of these videos I have just sitting on my disc so I can organize it a bit better because I've been recording a fuck ton of gameplays and such recently, and it's like I'm not running out of material for these episodes. Honestly, I was thinking that when I'm gonna eventually run into a moment where I will not be able to record as many Let's Plays as I want to, I might just simply stick to my gameplay series where we... Like, for example, when I was in that stupid fucking mission in December, I didn't manage to record any Let's Plays because I had very little time between one mission and the next, so I only recorded a couple of Yakuza episodes. And then I instead knew that I would be gone for a month, so I recorded a fuck ton of, I mean, not recorded, but uploaded. And not a fuck ton of, I've only uploaded like 5 gameplays and such episodes. So on each Monday, there would be a gameplay and such episode coming out. And I think I might go back to something like that, where gameplays and such will be coming out each Monday. I've been also thinking about going back to my VR Fridays episodes and making sure that I've recorded every fucking VR game that I have. Because some of them I remember trying to record, but then fucking up the recording. But with my Minecraft episode, I found a much better method of recording footage while playing a VR game, because there's this fucking weird specific thing when you record VR games and you turn on recording and the game goes from just simply displaying the game screen in front of your eyes to actually surround you with the game's environment, then all of a sudden the recording resets. And in some games I've lost footage of the game because I couldn't record it or something like that. So there is actually some VR games I never managed to record because I didn't know a much better method of recording them. So I technically do have some more VR Fridays episodes that I was thinking of doing, but problem is I'm extremely fucking lazy recent days. Right after I lost my job, I just gotten so fucking lazy. I'm like multiple days where I didn't even fucking went out once out of the fucking house. Then I'm fucking lazy to even set up my fucking VR. Wish it wasn't the case, but yeah, I don't think this game is running very bad. It's just that, you know, combined with the emulation and that the original probably ran at 30 FPS, and the emulator might not be replicating this game one-to-one, so the game runs at 30 FPS and then possibly has some frame drops here and there because of the emulation not being precise. So that's just what you get with emulating and being a pirate, you know? You may not get a perfect fucking experience, but at least I didn't have to fucking buy a PS2, a capture card, and a copy of Shadow of the Colossus just to record a fucking video of the game. You want something cheap and ain't gonna be high quality. That's the life. There's this like quality pyramid. Time, quality, and price. And you can only pick 2. If something's gonna be done quickly and in high quality, it's gonna be expensive. So yeah, if I wanted to record a high quality video of Shadow of the Colossus, I would have to really quickly buy a PS2, a capture card, and the copy of the game, so it would be expensive. If I wanted to do it high quality and cheap, then I would, you know, have to look for bargains on PS2 capture cards in the game, so it would take me a while just to record one shitty video. So I went with time and price. I did it quickly and cheaply. And I end up with subpar footage of the game. I bet, I don't know, other people's footage of the original game probably look a lot better than this one. But fuck it, I already... My fucking footage of the remake was pretty good, so I'm not complaining about a footage of a single video. Like I said, if I plan to make a whole Let's Play of this game, and it looked like this, I probably would have sit in the options of the emulation a little bit longer. I'm not saying I would actually buy myself a PS2 again, and a capture card and all that, even though I would like to do that in the future. But that's some distant future when I'll run out of things to do with money and I'll start collecting old video games again. Even though by that fucking point, I bet PS2 games will cost a fucking fortune each. $80 even. So, yeah. I'm excited to be doing that Loco Roco Midnight Carnival Let's Play because I've only played that game ever once and I never finished it. And I played a fuck ton of Loco Roco 1 and 2 as a kid. So having that like elusive Loco Roco installment, which I never managed to play, will be pretty awesome. Plus, one of my most popular Let's Plays on this channel is Loco Roco 1 and 2. So I'm finally doing a Midnight Carnival Let's Play. And there's actually been some people who are asking me about if I'll... Like, under the Loco Roco 1 and 2 episodes, people were asking me if I'm gonna do a Midnight Carnival Let's Play. Because it's available on PlayStation. And I said that I will, but not anytime soon. But the time for the Let's Play has finally come and I'll do it tomorrow. And I think maybe today I'll order some KFC because a friend of mine told me about some kind of a Squid Game collab that KFC apparently has, and I super want to try it out, so... Yeah, that's what I plan on doing. I think I might actually finish the Loco Roco Let's Play pretty quickly too, because the levels in that game... Like, Loco Roco 2's levels are pretty long. That's why it has less level overall than Loco Roco 1, but the levels are longer. Like, even if you look at my Let's Plays, Loco Roco 1 Let's Plays, there's more episodes, but they're shorter. Meanwhile, in Loco Roco 2, there's less episodes, but they're longer. And Midnight Carnival has not a lot of levels, and they're all really short, but because the game is trying to do something very specific. It's a game... Loco Roco Midnight Carnival only came out digitally on the PSP, so you couldn't even buy it in a box, and it was basically like a spin-off of the main series, even though it played like all the other games. But the idea was that instead of going through levels, collecting stuff, looking for secrets, and, you know, platforming, you're meant to basically compete online in how fast you can beat levels. And the game focuses, instead of making you collect all the shit in the levels and keeping track of all the collectibles, instead the game keeps track of mainly how fast you've beaten each level. And you know what? That means I'll have to speedrun those levels, and we'll probably end up with a really short Let's Play. Or really short episodes. But I was thinking, fuck that. I ain't trying to prove I'm some kind of master of Midnight Carnival. I'm just gonna play them like I would do any other Loco Roco game. I'm gonna pretend that the game isn't some kind of a speedrun challenge type of thing. So yeah, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed with what Midnight Carnival is, because I've always thought it was just the third installment in the Loco Roco series. Except it was like an elusive one because it was only available digitally. But no, it's like a whole... It's a different approach to a classic Loco Roco game, and I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest with you. You know what, this fucking footage didn't look that bad. Yeah, I've recorded worse footage on this fucking... For example, my Chinatown Wars Let's Play, I've recorded off of a PS Vita, emulating I emulated a PSP on a PS Vita and I recorded that, and the footage of it looks really shitty. And I wish I could redo it, but I'm too fucking lazy to redo it. It's like... If I recorded now, I could have gotten a lot better looking footage of it, but... fuck it, you know? I don't really fucking care all that much. It's like, not that big of a deal. Man, this game is gorgeous even on the PS2. I fucking love this game. So yeah, anyway, see you fellas in the next episode. Bye.